Sunday saw two of the league's biggest offensive juggernauts go head-to-head. And of course, like so many playoff games, the script was flipped, with the game turned into a defensive slugfest. The Bills were able to hold the Ravens to just 3 points thanks to a key adjustment, and came up with the game-deciding play deep in the third quarter. Let's take a look at how they pulled this off. Firstly, we need to talk about the Ravens' run game. The two plays that we're going to focus on look similar, but have slightly different principles. The first is the counter read, a natural evolution from the Ravens' base veer play from last season. Here in shotgun, Jackson is going to run a read with Dobbins, watching the front side end. Like all read plays, the handoff is determined by the read player's actions. If he stands up, Jackson hands it off, and if he crashes down, Jackson keeps it. The difference on this play, compared to the veer, is the blocking scheme up front, and a slight difference in footwork and directions. Instead of running double teams and then working up to the second level, the two guards pin down on their linemen. The left tackle helps on the edge, and then works up to the second level. The center pulls, kicking out the edge, and the back follows a pulling tackle through the hole. The running back's dive aim and angle are both different from the veer, where he would usually be aiming at the strong side A gap. The second is the counter bash. This is a similar looking play to the counter read with some subtle differences. While the blocking scheme remains similar up front, with half the line pinning down and two pullers, the angles of the play are completely different. Instead of the back diving from the pistol position, the back is actually going away from the formation, with Jackson running the counter with the double pullers. This could also be run as a read play, but the Ravens run this already pre-called. These early runs seemed promising, but as the Bills gained the intel that the Ravens offense planned to continue with the same game plan as the previous weeks, they made a key adjustment. Buffalo started bringing immediate pressure wide of the edge, from both slot and outside linebacker positions. Here, the Ravens are running counter bash from double wide, with the Bills in a traditional cover 4 shell. However, the Bills are bringing Matt Milano and Teron Johnson off the edge. Knowing Johnson is coming off the edge, Mario Addison is no longer responsible for the edge and crashes down the line of scrimmage. And he could also do this at a steeper angle because of the pulling tackle. He dives at Jackson and is met by fellow teammate Matt Milano on the free blitz. Here's the counter read, and the Bills again send pressure off the edge. Good internal pressure helps clog up the tackle's pulling lane, and the guard is forced to kick out on Jordan Poyer, allowing Matt Milano to slice in and wrap up Dobbins. Here's another good-looking variation of counter bash the Bills quickly sniff out. The Ravens are going to run it this time using the fullback and jet motion as the pulls, with the line acting as their down blocking. However, with the handoff, this becomes a stretch zone. AJ Klein rotates to cover the counter, and the key again is Hyde coming off the edge, which allows 57 to not be responsible for the read, and he can scrape down the line of scrimmage and is the first man to Dobbins. Great edge set by Trent Murphy here. Great internal pressure from Quentin Jefferson, all finished off with a textbook team tackle. This is great defense. And here's a case of running the same play one too many times. While the Ravens do a good job to disguise their runs, it only comes down to a few concepts. So if you know what's coming, you can jump it, just like Harrison Phillip does right here. Knowing that the down block is coming, he hits 72 with a nasty swim move, wrapping up Edwards immediately. In pass coverage, the Bills played the vast majority of snaps in cover 4, and this tactic of bringing heavy pressure in forms of slot blitzes remained highly effective. The Ravens are trying to run an orbit flood concept to the near side. However, this isn't the cover 4 shell that the Bills are showing, as Levi Wallace comes screaming off the edge of the blitz, completely disrupting this play, giving Lamar nowhere to go. There was some talk on the broadcast that Lamar did not set the protection, and maybe 42 could have slid to cover the blitz. However, I think this is more of a function of great defense and the Ravens scheme. With the amount of snap motion the Ravens use, it's hard to set protection against defenses like this. Rolling back to before the motion, you could actually see that the blitz is supposed to be coming from the far side, against the strong side of the formation. But as the orbit changes the shape and the count for the Bills' defense, they rotate the coverage, bringing the pressure against the new strong side of the formation. beautiful defense and a very hard thing to set protection against on the fly. More slot blitz again. The Bills are showing cover 4, bringing both the hook curl defenders on the blitz. The Ravens are running a flood concept and Mark Andrews gets open, but the pressure is too quick and Jackson's short on the throw. On the next play, it's 3rd and long, with the Ravens running double digs at the sticks. Again, the Bills are showing the cover 4 look, but this time it's a 0 blitz. Pressure gets to Jackson in an instant, and he sails this ball too high. More edge pressure here, and a crucial miss on pass protection. Hollywood Brown is going to get open on the over route, but Dobbins blows his block, and pressure forces his throw to be short. And on the very next play, Lamar throws a pick 6. Initially showing a double A-gap blitz with cover 2 man on the back end, the Bills are once again going to drop into a cover 4. The Ravens have hitches called, so it makes sense that Jackson tries to go to Andrews. Either a backer is going to have to drop to cover him in man, or a safety is going to have to be on him, leaving Andrews open. However, this isn't man, but cover 4. And Teron Johnson reads Jackson's eyes the whole time from the hook curl, stepping in front of the pass and taking it back the opposite way for 6 on a beautiful run back. Lamar would sadly pick up a concussion on the next series, and the game was over for them. While Lamar had his moments, and he always will, this play is just ridiculous. He missed some reads, which would have continued to build on their drives, and this was compounded by teammates' mistakes and some questionable play calling. It wasn't until the Ravens' 12th play of the game that Lamar was allowed a traditional drop back pass, and this was on a 3rd and forever. Here, the Ravens are running a basic D-go concept against the Bills' cover 4. Jackson stays on one side way too long, missing Dobbins. And here again, he misses a quick read in the flat on a spacing concept. Jackson is great with his legs, but he's got to take the yardage through the air and not just rely on his legs on these. Again, the result wasn't all on Jackson. So let's put our praise towards the Buffalo defense and their excellent defensive game plan crafted by Leslie Frazier and Sean McDermott. Only one game stands between them and their first Super Bowl in almost 30 years. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the subscribe buttons for more upcoming breakdowns. Want more football straight away? Why not check out our latest videos on how Josh Allen has matured into an elite quarterback, or how Devontae Adams is uncoverable.